Atletico de Madrid is finally said to open negotiations for Julián Álvarez's transfer, but they are determined to make things as difficult as possible for FC Barcelona with almost impossible conditions. But do they really hold all the cards in this showdown? Welcome to 12th League Daily, the sharp daily roundup of football news. Our journey begins on the other side of the Pyrenees, in Catalonia, where FC Barcelona are finally working behind the scenes to push through the signing of Julián Álvarez, just days after he publicly expressed his desire to leave. And this is shaping up to be extremely complicated, especially given the cold relationship between the Catalan club and Atlético de Madrid. The newspaper Sport highlights the story with a striking headline, Pulso Total, a total showdown. The paper reports that Atletico de Madrid have left the door slightly open for the player to leave, but have no intention of making Barcelona's life any easier. Los Colchoneros will only accept an astronomical fee of €150 million, paid in a single cash installment. There will be no room for deferred payments and no way to lower the price by including players in the deal. Not Ferran Torres, not Marc Casado, and not any other bargaining chip in Deco's toolbox will be enough to soften Atletico Madrid's stance. To make matters even more complicated, Sport reports that Mikel Arteta's Arsenal are also in the race for the Argentine, with the Gunners reportedly considering including prolific striker Victor Gyökeres as part of the deal, along with a substantial cash payment of around €70 million. Atletico view that proposal as attractive from a sporting perspective, especially given the current state of the striker market. On top of that, Paris Saint-Germain are also showing interest. Atletico are willing to negotiate down the €150 million fee with those two clubs, but not with FC Barcelona, who would have to pay the full amount if they want the star to move to Catalunya. To fund its ambitions and prepare for these negotiations, Barcelona must sell and fast. That is the meaning behind the top box of Mundo Deportivo, which speaks of a fecha limite, a deadline. The Blaugrana are working tirelessly to complete the necessary sales before June 30th, which would improve their salary and financial situation under financial fair play rules. That includes the quick finalization of Ansu Fati's permanent move to AS Monaco for a fee estimated at €11 million, while also wrapping up the contract extension of Danish defender Andreas Christensen. But the real question is who actually holds the upper hand in these complicated negotiations, and does Atletico de Madrid truly have all the cards in the Julián Álvarez saga? The player, despite concrete approaches from Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal, has been clear and firm. He only wants to join FC Barcelona, which narrows Atletico's options. With a contract running until 2031, they could choose to keep their starman at the club rather than sell him to Barcelona in order to protect the sporting project. But that could create a gloomy atmosphere in the dressing room, with a player no longer fully committed to the project. Unfortunately, that could even lead to a drop in performance on the pitch, even if only subconsciously, because we are sure he will still try to give his best. He could become a weak spot, no longer fully aligned with the coach's message, and he may also lose the affection of the supporters, some of whom have already started burning the Argentine's shirt. According to Sport, Diego Simeone has also asked Atletico Madrid's board to sell Julián Álvarez. The coach has seen the Argentine statements himself, in which he made it clear that he wants to leave the club and he does not want to keep a player who is no longer fully committed to the team. From a reputational standpoint, keeping Álvarez could risk branding Atletico Madrid as a prison club and reduce their appeal to talents who want a say in their future when opportunities arise. Considering all these elements, in our view, Atletico de Madrid do not have much room to maneuver and will have to sell him to FC Barcelona. It would be a huge loss for Los Colchoneros, given the player's talent and the fact that he was the spearhead of the sporting project. The club's current strategy is simply to maximize the transfer fee by staying as firm as possible in negotiations and taking advantage of interest from Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal and the old €150 million offer reportedly submitted by Real Madrid. FC Barcelona, meanwhile, must not fall into the trap of unnecessary bidding wars. Cadena Ser reports that the Blaugrana are preparing an offer in the region of €120 to €130 million. Let us know in the comments what you think about the Álvarez case, which is likely to become the biggest saga of this transfer window. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you soon for the next episode of 12th League Daily.